I feel like I'm really blessed to do comedy, you know? I'm blessed that this is my job. Because before I got to travel the country as a full-time comedian, tell you guys this, I was a substitute teacher. I feel like all those responses were correct. Some of you are like, that's really noble, and some of you looked at me like, you make bad decisions. It's crazy, I had to get out of there. It's crazy, the job is insane. I think being a substitute teacher in a public school today is the closest thing we have in modern society to the Old West. It is frontier justice in these schools sometimes. And they don't care about you. Schools don't care. You walk into a new school, they're like, oh my goodness, thank you for coming. Who are you here for? Marcus Smith, okay, 3 hallways down, 2nd door on the left. Godspeed. Godspeed. I'm like, shouldn't you tell me have a good day? No. You're gonna need it. And it was. I saw the craziest things I didn't know. You know, how wild kids were. I had a kid one time turn down a test. I didn't even know you could do that. I just put the paper on his desk, he flipped it over and was like, yeah, I'm not doing that. All right, man. It's one way to live your life, I guess. That'll never work anywhere else ever. You know, you're not gonna be like, hey, you were doing 85 in a school zone. You're like, I'm not taking that ticket. I'm like, oh, well, have a good day then, sir. Like, that's not. I got threatened by a kid. I had to kick this kid out of class for being disrespectful, right? So I called the assistant principal. She comes to the door. Kid stands up to leave. Right before he walks out of the class, he turns and looks at me and goes, I'm gonna kill you. Yeah. And in my head, my first thought was like, dude, you're wearing Crocs, calm down. Here's the thing though, The assistant principal heard that and just goes, here we go again. I was like, ma'am, real quick, ma'am, what do you mean, here we go again? Did he kill the real teacher? Is that why I'm a substitute? Because I'll be honest with you, this is not worth $72. I will be leaving at lunch, okay? Personal check is fine. And it wasn't even just the kids. I had to interact with parents sometimes. Just as crazy. I had to do carpool one afternoon. Carpool's when, sometimes when parents really love their kids, they'll come pick them up in cars in the afternoon. Very foreign concept to me. I was a bus rider from day one. So this mom comes, picks up her kid gets into the car and shuts the door, and I can immediately hear the mom and the kid start arguing through shut car doors. They're like yelling at each other. Mom drives like 10 feet, then just slams on the brakes with like a Hollywood brake screeching stop. She's just like, Arr! She gets out of the car, walks like 100 yards around the side of the school building, into the woods, and disappears. And I'm standing there looking at this like, wow. Hey, I think I just saw mom quit. Yeah, I didn't even know you could do that. She probably turned down a lot of tests when she was a kid, too, I think is what that is.